Hi, I'm Eric D'Amato,
Oh, sorry, I just woke up. Hi, I'm Matt.
and welcome back to Mindbreakers.
Woo!
I actually have a few things to address before we get to today's film. It's actually two jokes I forgot to make in The Fly 2.
Uh-oh.
One, oh my god, Doc, you disintegrated Einstein!
Yeah.
And two, we forgot to mention, it's one of the only films we've seen where they actually sing Happy Birthday.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
That's a weird thing.
Yeah.
Why is that a thing that we have to mention?
Because it never happens, because it was the most copyrighted thing ever.
Oh, true.
It was so that's what they make up a birthday song at restaurants, or they use for "He's a Jolly Good Fellow" or something like that.
Or whatever restaurant comes up with their own song or whatever.
Which you never want any of them to know it's your birthday, because that song is always
hell
faithful.
no.
Hey,
hell
it's
no.
this guy's birthday, and you just give them the look,
I will end you.
I strip from you your power, and I cast you out. Okay, so we have a Stephen King movie today.
I hope this is going to be the kind of yay Stephen King movie and not the nay.
It's based on a story called The Mangler. In fact, it is actually called The Mangler. But it's based on a story called The Mangler, which just so happens to be one of my favorite Stephen King stories.
Uh-oh.
It is from the collection Night Shift, which is, again, which, if you want to consider a collection of short stories a book, ranks among my top 5 Stephen King books.
Night Shift, you said?
Night Shift. Trust me, check it.
Writing it down.
The stories are, they all have that kind of EC Comics vibe.
Okay.
That kind of ending, that kind of imagery, they vary a lot. This is something you'd expect to see adapt on the Twilight Zone or Tales from the Crypt kind of thing, kind of feel to them.
Ooh.
And there are actually several movies based on these stories. There's Graveyard Shift, which we will be getting to eventually, and some more well-known ones: Children of the Corn, The Lawnmower Man.
I know that one too. Cool.
But that's an interesting case, The Lawnmower Man.
Oh no.
Let's just say it breaks the law. Let's just say reverse copyright infringement.
Wait.
They took the name, but nothing about this, but nothing about the story has anything to do with the actual. The movie has anything to do with the actual story, but they still claim Stephen King wrote it. And it's no, I didn't.
Classic.
And Maximum Overdrive.
Oh shit!
Which
really?
is based on a story called Trucks. The Green Goblin truck is not in it.
Well, what's the fucking point?
It being really good because it's early Stephen King.
True.
Anyway,
true.
The Mangler.
Yeah.
A laundry folding machine has been possessed by a demon, causing it to develop homicidal tendencies.
Is that where it ends?
That is the entire premise.
That's all I need. That's all I need.
From 1995. Oh, it's directed by Tobe Hooper.
Ooh, I know that name.
Stars Robert Englund. Slightly disturbingly, it lists for writers 3 people.
Oh.
None of them are Stephen King. That's a little worrying.
Oh, no.
Lists Tobe Hooper, Stephen David Brooks, and Harry Alan Towers.
All right.
And then you have to actually go to the page on IMDb to see Stephen King's short story.
Wow.
I'm trying to find its score.
I'm going to guess somewhere around 4.2.
It won an award.
What?
Fanta Festival in 1995. Robert Englund won Best Actor.
Okay.
All right. Got what is its score? Where is... Oh, 4.3 out of... Ah, alright.
Damn, I was one off. It said 4.2.
Well,
Oh, it's a little high for what we usually get.
let's watch it.
I'm ready. It's Stephen King.
There's a little bit of me in that machine, and a little bit of it in me.
There was an accident today. The worst one I've ever seen.
Have you considered the possibility that the machine might be haunted?
That machine killed your daughter. We all have to make sacrifices.
Human sacrifices. A demon is a kind of electricity. Sometimes it gets out of control. People get hurt.
3 modern masters of horror have just created the ultimate machine for terror. The Mangler.
Now, to quote the poor man's Russell Brand from the film, I think we may be fucked.
That's probably my favorite line in the whole movie. Yeah, this was, Yep.
This was not the story I read and loved at all.
And it's a story that I knew nothing about and still walked away very fucking confused.
I don't think I've ever said this about a movie, but wow, Robert, I wish you weren't in this.
Yeah, I did
You
not like him in
you
this.
actively make this a worse film.
He really does. Oh, it's really kind of bleh. It's bleh.
It's not
no.
his fault, it's just the character shouldn't be here.
Yeah.
Or at least it shouldn't be this. And Demeter Phillips, guy who played Stanner, the guy with the foreman with the beard,
Yeah.
last movie he ever did
Oh.
was The Mangler.
Oh no! It ended his career.
Yeah, because he's not dead. He just decided to
stopped?
stop.
Oh, poor guy.
He's known for this. He's known for this, The Hollywood Knights, Stone Cold, and Gas Pump Girls.
I don't like any of those titles.
So, we start in, frankly, a Dickens factory.
Yeah.
Like, even in the 70s when the story's written, I can't buy a factory looking like this.
Yeah.
But in the 90s, definitely not.
No, God, yeah, no, seriously. This movie, what's the place called? I don't even remember.
Ugh.
Like, Blue Ribbons?
Oh,
no,
yeah,
I'm making that up.
Yes, it's Gartley's Blue Ribbon Laundry.
Oh, okay. Good. Okay, cool. I'm not making it up. Aha.
We see the sign several times. That's the name from the book. That's all fine. But
Oh, okay, good.
it's an
good.
industrial laundry. They're people putting washing sheets, putting sheets. It's like if you ever worked in like a restaurant or something or a hotel, and they send the stuff out in bulk, like
Yeah.
the sheets or the apron. They send it to a place like this.
Yeah, it's not like just regular sheets. Like, it's also like the big kinds of ones.
Well,
like,
no.
the
Usually,
ones that,
you
like,
just
fit
take your
over.
stuff to a laundromat. You're not going to take it to
Yeah,
this.
yeah, exactly.
And there's the machine running. One of the characters, Sherry Ouellette, played by Vanessa Pike, cuts her hand on one of the clamps.
Yeah, and it spills on the machine. It's important.
And then the machine, we see Robert Englund walking around on his crutches and leg braces like Jimmy from South Park.
That's what he reminded me of, yeah.
with one of his lenses of his glasses fogged over. And I will say, as much as I don't like this film, fantastic work on the makeup.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
I mean, I knew it was Robert Englund going into this because he mentioned the going into the makeup in this in his biography, in his autobiography, Hollywood Monster.
Oh, really?
Which I've read several times. But otherwise, he'd be unrecognizable.
Yeah, honestly, like, if you hadn't mentioned he was in it, like, I wouldn't have known that was him.
And, like, his voice, too.
Yeah, it's, like, completely different than what I'm,
Because,
what I associate with him.
It's not Robert Englund's actual voice.
Yeah.
And B, it's not the Freddy voice he uses in Nightmare on Elm Street.
Now, this one, he's just kind of, like, he's a mean man.
Yeah, he's a really unpleasant guy.
Really unpleasant.
Oh, he also has, like, a little breather speaker thing in his neck.
Oh, that's what that was. Okay. Yeah, that makes more sense. I only saw it really once in the
He's
film,
just crutching around, yelling, and there's a woman called Lin Sue, who everyone else there hates for some reason. She's played by Lisa Morris. She's not in the book.
Oh.
So she was like, Lin Sue was like, who are you?
I'm pretty sure you were watching the movie like, who are you?
Like, a lot of the characters I recognize, except for one really, really bizarre one, who I'm gonna get into.
Oh boy.
There's a Mrs. Frawley is taking Easy Gel for acid indigestion. I only know this because I read the story. This is what it's for. Because a lot of characters take this stuff, but no one explains what it is.
Yeah, I got very confused by a certain scene at the end because I didn't know why the fuck someone had it.
And she spills some pills in the machine.
Yeah.
And like an idiot, reaches in to get them.
And remember, this machine...
Oh, beforehand, there are two people carrying an old-fashioned icebox.
Oh, yeah.
With a drum on top. And it hits the Mangler and lightning happens, I guess? I don't know.
Oh, yeah. They're also the reason, I think, why the person before cut her hand. Cause
they knock her towards the machine.
They knock her towards it.
This is surprisingly important, but I do have to say that the drum on top... I know there are old ice boxes that had refrigerator drums on the top. I know this.
Yeah.
But the way they make this one makes it look like it screws into something. Because it has this, like, spiraling thread around it.
It really does, yeah.
So it took me a while to realize what it was. It's also not in the story.
Oh, no.
I mean, it is, but it's something that happened, like, 5 years ago that someone uses as an example of possibly a machine getting possessed.
Ah, okay. I get it.
Like, I've realized something about Stephen King adaptations.
What's that?
You have to be between the length of... It has to be between the length of, say, Shawshank Redemption and Cujo, the source material.
Okay.
Otherwise, it is too short, and there is not enough material to fill a movie, so you have to add a bunch of stupid stuff. Or it's way too long to fit in the movie. Like, between those, like, if it's between Shawshank Redemption and Cujo, it's going to be not necessarily the best movie ever, but it'll be serviceable.
Yeah, like, you have stuff to work with, right?
Yeah. Like Night Flyer was a bad example, because that was too short to... And Night Flyer wasn't even that good a story to begin with.
And how long was that movie? Like a fucking hour and a half?
I think so. This was an hour and 40.
This was an hour and like 40, 42. It felt long.
But she reaches into the machine to get the Easy Gel tablets, even though a later scene confirms that she had a full bottle in her purse.
Don't worry. No, actually worry about it. Fuck it.
So, because she reached into the... I guess we should describe this thing. It's a Haley Watson speed ironer and folder.
Damn.
And it's called the Mangler.
Yep.
It is big and full of not just like really heavy pressing rollers, but they're filled with, but they are heated.
Yeah. Yeah.
You don't want to go through this thing.
Yeah, like, even the thought of, oh, I could probably fit... No, don't do it. Don't. Stay away.
Like, just, if it helps to imagine, either look it up or just imagine the machine from Chicken Run.
Yeah?
That.
Yeah, that. It's that. God, I haven't thought about fucking Chicken Run in, like, 15 years.
Chicken Run's amazing.
I gotta watch it
And
again.
it's
I
a
really
weird
like
Metal
it.
Gear Solid clone game.
Yeah, they did. That did happen. I remember that.
I miss tie-in games. They make a game based on anything.
Me too. It was a golden era of gaming. We got some good ones. We got some
Anyway,
not so good ones.
so Mrs. Frawley gets sucked into the machine.
Yeah, she gets fucking dead.
And shouty, beardy Foreman Stanner sends everyone home.
Does he?
Yep.
Oh, I thought they were just gonna make him go back to work.
No, Robert Englund wanted to make them go back to work, but
Oh, right.
but that's no.
That's bad.
We at least have to clean the machine, though.
And his character says like, rah, 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 rah. I'm not even exaggerating. I think that was verbatim what he said.
Oh, he's just makes noises. He's weird.
Yeah, he's very weird. So obviously, accident happened. What do you do?
So they call the cops, but the cop doesn't arrive yet. First, the cop, played by Ted Levine, who you may know as James Gumb from Silence of the Lambs, another horror legend who's associated with this thing.
Poor bastards.
Like, couldn't they have gotten Anthony Hopkins? At least he would have elevated this slightly.
A little bit, yeah.
Well, yes, I know. Why, yes, I know this film is garbage, but I'm still going to give it my all and at least add another star to the score.
Fly. Well, I gotta watch that one too. That's also been one on my list to rewatch again.
Silence of the Lambs?
Yeah.
I finished Hannibal recently.
Oh boy.
Yeah, you know the joke in The Critic where they do like a joke idea for a movie of Silence of the Lambs 2 where Clarice and Hannibal are married?
Uh-oh.
That's literally the ending of Hannibal.
Oh no.
And I think it came out after that episode of The Critic. So it's like Thomas Harris was at home watching The Critic. It's like, that's a good idea.
Oh, that's it. We got the ending, boys.
That's a good idea. Psst. No, it's not. So, Ted Levine, he plays allegedly Detective John Hunton. I say allegedly because the character he's playing is an alcoholic, miserable 90s obsessive, scruffy detective.
Yeah.
Well, the character in the story, who also has a wife who I think died in a car crash. Well, the character in the story is a uniformed police officer.
Oh.
2, happily married.
Oh.
Clean cut. And has a 5-year-old son.
Bruh.
You just... So, I mean, the name and job are right, but everything else, not so much.
Yes, again, should mention, I had no idea of the source material. Well, I mean, I know it existed, I just haven't read it. A partner here obviously has.
Oh yeah, many times. It's my favorite Stephen King story.
Yeah, so we kind of got, like, two different perspectives going on here.
Neither of us liked the film, of course.
Oh, fuck no. Oh, hell no.
So they're the two people with the icebox
Are idiots.
are idiots and block and like run into Detective Hunton.
Doesn't he almost hit him with his car
Yeah.
or something? Yeah.
They're like, hey, do you want to move your truck? Hey man, do you want a problem? That's officer. I'm like, oh.
Ooh. Oh no.
Then they drop the icebox on.
they almost kill him.
He's not having a good day. They drop the icebox on him, and then later, we find out some kid went missing, but we'll get into that.
Is that in the story?
Briefly. Well, it's in the story, but it's happened 5 years ago with the icebox.
Oh, okay, perfect.
Yeah, it had already happened by the time the story is
Gotcha.
happening. So he gets called to investigate the murder. Not the murder. Well, yes, the murder, but the accident of her going into the machine. As I can't look. Oh, yeah, you cut corners. You don't have safety rules, and then something happens, and you can't look. And then he sees the body, and the movie makes a mistake. But I don't mean mistake as in not following the story. I mean mistake as in showing it. Because if you just shown the cam looking at them and then cut to his reaction, that would have been effective.
Yeah.
But showing us the body and how they try to replicate it, it just looks funny.
Yeah. That definitely wasn't one of the better shots.
And you know what the sad thing is? This is Tobe Hooper. This is Texas Chainsaw Massacre guy. He knows how to do this.
Yeah.
Or at least he did in the 70s. So
he pukes. He gets sick.
Lin Su's like, oh, she's in a better place now, and everyone screams at her. I don't know why everyone hates Lin Su.
I don't know either.
Apparently, I mean, she's sleeping. Robert Englund brought her in to sleep with, I guess.
Right. Sure. Also, like, there's one character in this story that's supposed to be 16, and I thought she was 30.
Yeah. Well, it's Power Rangers.
Yeah. It's just that threw me for a loop the first time I watched the movie. I was like, wait. I didn't realize this was like a thing that was going to happen. Oh, okay. Sure, why not? Fuck it.
I mean, yeah, I know none of the actors in Breakfast Club were high school age, but that movie is just a good movie, so
Yeah, exactly. I don't question it.
We also meet somehow the strangest character in the film here.
Oh, yes.
Picture Man. Who is not in the story.
So, I really wish that, like, we're using Picture Man as, like, the name because we don't remember him.
No, I checked IMDb. Jeremy Crutchley as Picture Man.
Yeah, it is literally Picture Man. I think it's like JJJ
JJ
Picture Man.
This is J. Jonah Jameson Picture Man. Now, I was hoping, like, normally this would be something weird that happens and isn't really like gone into in one of the Stephen King movies, but I, who had read the source material, could like explain to you what's going on with this character because it's more in the book. Nope.
No.
I don't know what this thing is. I thought he was supernatural at first because no one except for Ted Levine reacted to him.
So did I.
Thought he was a ghost. He's in really bad old age makeup.
Yeah, he like just shows up and speaks riddles.
And takes pictures with like an ancient camera. And I thought
like ancient.
I thought he was like, have you seen Pet Sematary?
Yeah.
Like the original Pet. You know that the dead guy, the dead.
Yeah.
I thought it was like who appears to the. I thought it was like that because there's like weird psychic stuff and a lot of Stephen King stuff.
Sure.
And I thought he was that, like a ghost or supernatural or a spirit warning. I don't know. He had no bearing on anything.
No, he's just there.
He's just here, and I don't know why.
Don't know either.
It's like, did you get lost trying to get to Dick Tracy? Dick Tracy, why are you here?
Oh, this is only like 20 minutes into the movie, by the way.
Not a lot.
There's like a lot of shit that's like filler in this film.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We also meet the sheriff.
Oh, yeah.
Who has the worst old age makeup. Because he just has a white mustache, really fake-looking white eyebrows, and no wrinkles at all.
Yeah. Yeah. It did not look good.
Huh. There's a movie called Spontaneous Combustion.
I'm not surprised.
I think it's probably what it says on the box.
Oh.
Just like Big-Ass Spider.
Fair.
So he's in his really fake-looking garden that looks like the cornfield from the Stand miniseries. I don't even believe these plants are real, but it's his garden, I guess, but they look like they're in a set of the Louisiana Bayou. It's really weird.
Yeah.
And he and Daniel Matmore as Mark Jackson, who I'm sure he's good in other things, but in this, he's just, as I said, a poor man's Russell Brand.
Yeah.
They're drinking and they're talking about stuff. He's a college professor, and he's his brother-in-law, I guess.
Is he in the story?
Yeah, he's in the story, and he's his brother-in-law. But he's better in the story.
Oh, okay,
he plays
good.
Socrates in Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
Okay.
And Zeus in Immortals Phoenix Rising.
Okay.
I think he's Greek. Oh, he also plays one of the most important characters in Deus Ex Mankind Divided.
Oh.
Additional voices.
Of course. Where would we
Look,
be
this
without
character's in everything.
True.
He's in Far Cry 2. He's in Murdoch Mysteries.
Oh, like the show?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
He's in Night Terrors. What's Night Terrors? That sounds interesting.
I know that name.
Ooh, Tobe Hooper.
Ooh.
Might look into that one. It looks pretty bad.
Damn
Anyway,
it.
they're talking about what happened at the machine, and then there's an industrial laundry, and that she was somehow sucked in, even though the safety bar was maybe hit by the icebox, and that's what happened. Who knows?
I don't know. This really did not make any sense in the beginning. Or in the end, to be honest. Doesn't someone else get, hurt, immediately the day after?
Yes. But you know what my favorite thing is? He in the book, it's several conversations and research, but it's like, oh, a woman was sucked into the speed ironer today, and it was a horrible accident. She died. Do you think the machine's haunted?
Oh, yeah, that is the same conversation. The fuck? Yeah, he's like, oh yeah, the machine might be haunted, and the detective's like, fuck you. It's stupid. He's like, no, hear me out. Seriously.
And
it's so dumb. Oh, shit.
but they need to find out if Sherry lets a virgin, I guess. But they're like, Mark really wants to find that out, but Ted Levine's like, no, you're weird. You're not getting anywhere near this. Go do your job. I'll do my job.
That's it.
So they continue investigating. John, this actor, Mark, has a tendency of adding or removing R's from words.
Sure does.
He calls the Mangler the Mangle, and he refers to the Golden Bough as the Golden Bower.
Yeah, when I heard Mangle for the first time, I thought it was just a mistake, and he was gonna fix it. It was just something they left in by accident. But no, he continues to call it the Mangle.
So they do find on a trip home from looking at the machine in the factory and yelling at Stanner for no reason.
Thing's not safe. It's killing people. Close it. That's half his dialogue in the beginning of this movie.
Well, at the factory, the Mangler pops out all of its core steam hoses and burns a lady.
Oh yeah. I honestly forgot about all that because it doesn't mean anything.
They talk to her in the hospital and it goes nowhere. But it tells them that Sherry is not allowed to have friends or boyfriends and lives in her uncle Robert Englund's house.
This is important.
Kind of is, for some reason.
Yeah.
And then on the way home, the kids they find the icebox, and they found the little kid who was lost in the icebox along with some dead birds. So Ted Levine beats the shit out of it.
Yeah, so there's a part where he's I think it's the nanny or whatever is saying it's not her fault. She didn't there's nothing she could have done.
No.
And he just goes, "Do you have a hammer?"
No, I need to say that
Uh-oh.
It took me 3 days to watch this movie. And the second day, I was like, okay, I'm going to go back to it. And I turn it on, and then he hits the drum off with a hammer, and the Ark of the Covenant comes out, and I was like, pause, nope, I can't. I can't do this right now.
I could not physically believe what was happening in that whole scenario.
And then Picture Man's there for some reason.
Yeah, he's like, well, I'll be damned. This is the first time I've ever seen something like this. I'm like, what is this? What is going on?
And Picture Man just being there is one of the many reasons I thought it was some kind of spirit or ghost.
Oh, shit. And to my knowledge, right, that fucking goes nowhere.
It somehow got possessed by the Mangler?
Is that what happened?
I don't know.
It was just so fucking random.
Because more investigation happens. They go. Ted and John and Mark go to see Sherry. And
yes.
They talk to her. They find out about the stuff, and then Mark asks if she's a virgin, and she freaks out and yells at them to leave.
As in her right, might I add.
In the story,
Uh-oh.
Are you a virgin? Yes. End the scene.
Oh.
Because she's not involved in the plot.
Damn.
And then we get scenes with Lin Sue and Robert Englund, and apparently his legs and eye are like, he also has like this weird dead blue eye, and like he's like this because I think he got caught in the machine when he was a kid, and the machine has always been possessed.
Cults are involved.
All the rich people of the city give pieces of themselves to the machine and are thus linked to the machine, and it gives them wealth and power. And then Lin Su's put in the cult. I'm like, hold on. The premise of the story, I know I keep harping on this, but this is, if you're not going to keep... The premise of the story is that the machine gets possessed by accident.
Yeah.
Because the blood of the virgin got in there from Sherry.
Okay.
Horse's hoof got in there from a pack of Jell-O, because it's made from horse's hooves.
Interesting.
A bat fell in, giving it the bat's blood.
All right.
And Graveyard Earth got in because they had an Undertaker as a contract, and some of that from one of the Undertaker suits got in.
All right.
And it was how something like this could happen accidentally. But somehow, I guess Tobe Hooper wasn't confident enough that he could make a movie about a possessed laundry folder. So he decided to add all this whole cult thing.
Yeah, like it requires the blood of a virgin, a sacrifice,
at 16, and I don't know.
Yeah, like as someone who never read the source material, right? I was somewhat putting up with the bullshit in the beginning, and I was like, oh, I'm having kind of a little bit of a fun time, and then all this shit started getting introduced, and I'm like, all right.
Stanner gets his arm caught in it, gets his arm caught off, and dies.
Yeah.
They're trying to pull the spark plugs or something.
Also, I gotta say, I know it's a difficult task that he's asking, but he doesn't want to die, so he tells the dude to cut off his arm with an axe.
Yeah.
Because he's going to get squished. He's going to fucking die. And the dude's like, I can't do it.
I mean, understandably, he's there just with his arm in the machine for 5-6 minutes, so it's hardly an emergency.
Yeah, like, I get it, but...
You're sure talking about and debating this for a long time, and he hasn't been sucked into the machine yet.
At that point, the arm's probably just rippable at that point.
Yeah.
You could probably just get up and yank it off. I don't know. It's all very weird. It's so fucking weird.
It took Sherry and, it took Mrs. Frawley, a minute?
It did take a long time for her to get stuck in
Ted
there.
Levine steals the gel, the easy gel. And they feel like they're fine because... Mark and John discuss that they're going to go and exorcise the machine.
Yeah.
John gets fired because the sheriff is in on it.
Yeah, like Robert Englund, this character calls them and he's like, "You're getting too deep." The sheriff's like, "Okay, stay off the case. Fuck you. All right, you're fired. Say goodbye to your pension." Okay.
Picture Man dies.
Picture Man dies after he invites him over
Yeah,
because he had a clue, I guess.
he had pictures of the demon ghost. I didn't know you could take pictures of demon ghosts.
Apparently you can.
This character just is questions.
Then he coughs up blood, so we know he's real.
Like, this is like escaped Twin Peaks and is in this for some reason. He's that odd of a character, and it makes that little sense in his presence.
Yeah.
He's what else has Jeremy Crutchley done?
Oh, I have no idea.
I don't know any of this stuff. American Gods, The Blacklist, Prodigal Son, Infinity Train, Call of Duty, Black Ops Cold War, Hannibal, the TV series.
All right.
I don't know this guy, but does a lot of TV stuff.
Makes sense. Oh, it does. Is this a TV movie
No,
or is
this
this
is
a
theatrical, or at least direct
theatrical?
to video.
Okay. All right.
Oh, so they go to exorcise the machine with holy water because they think that there's no hand of glory in the machine, which is also referred to as belladonna, which is stupid because he has the frickin' easy gel, which says on the back it contains belladonna as the active ingredient.
Yeah.
And so they...
Oh, and what's-her-face gets kidnapped.
Yep, to be sacrificed to the machine.
Yeah.
For reasons.
For cult reasons.
So, one of almost the most ridiculous fights I've seen in cinema occurs.
I was gonna say he fights Robert Englund, but it's not really a fight.
But it's somehow a close fight between this cop and the man with no legs, basically. Now, the most ridiculous fight in cinema, of course, goes to Commando, where we have Arnold Schwarzenegger against mall policemen.
Oh, right. Okay,
It's
yeah.
almost as unfair as that. And Robert Englund ends up in the machine.
Yeah, but on the other side, where like all the folding presses
He
and
gets
stuff, so
folded,
he gets
and
his.
it's so stupid to watch.
It's at first I'm like, oh shit, that's cool, and then it just got really
And
dumb
they find out Belladonna's actually in the machine, and
because he throws it right.
yeah, and then
Yeah.
what he says, that line you like.
Oh yeah, we're fucked.
I think we may be fucked.
I think we may be fucked.
And
they were right.
The Mangler
He was right.
gets up and becomes a demon with arms.
And this is where I completely dropped out of consciousness because I had no idea what was going
I thought
on.
we might have been just watching a lost dream from Nightmare on Elm Street at this point. It was, and it's chasing them down. Apparently, there's some kind of dungeon spiral Resident Evil staircase.
Yeah, his friend gets fucking yanked.
Yeah,
in half.
Mark gets eaten by the Mangler.
Yeah.
And he's running with Sherry. And I think they destroy it, the machine, with fire.
I don't know. Sherry tries to, like, jump into the mouth a bit because she's like, it wants me, it wants me. And then they fall, and then there's fire, and then they leave, so I assumed everything was okay.
And Ted Levine goes back to the blue ribbon with some flowers for Sherry.
After bringing her to the hospital,
apparently.
might I add.
But the doctor's missing a finger.
Oh, was he missing a finger?
Yeah.
I thought he just put it down.
No, he's missing a finger.
Oh, I thought he was just being a dick.
No.
Okay, that makes more sense.
And
Thank God.
he gets to the laundry, and Sherry's walking with a cane wearing Robert Englund's jacket.
And also missing a finger.
And screaming in angry. And so Ted Levine throws the flowers away and leaves. And that was the Mangler.
That's the movie.
I guess the Mangler's fixed. Even though at the end of the story before, yes, Mark is dead, but John is home, and the Mangler is somewhere outside and might be closing in on his house and doesn't become a machine again, a folder again, and go back into the factory. It's out and doing whatever it wants.
Yeah, this movie's not good.
Yeah, this has a sequel.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
In fact, it has 2.
Why?
I mean, this did leave room for a sequel for some reason.
Sure, but...
You gotta give it that.
I mean, no, sure, but is there, like, stories that follow this?
But you mean more stories with the Mangler?
Yeah.
Well, no, but there's like 8 Children of the Corn sequels. So.
Oh, true.
Let's have a look at The Mangler 2. See what we're expecting. If anyone returns. Oh, it comes as 2002. That's not good.
Oh no. Wait. If it's 2002, is that when we got to deal with 2002 CGI?
It's a computer virus.
What?
Yep.
What? Okay.
Lance Henriksen.
Okay.
No Tobe Hooper.
Oh, well. Yeah, right.
Then there's The Mangler Reborn in 2005.
Of course.
What's The Mangler Reborn about?
I hope it's a computer virus that infected the original Mangler.
It doesn't say. It just says there's a man obsessed over his machine.
Bruh.
Oh, Reggie Bannister.
That name rings a bell.
Reggie from Phantasm.
Oh, okay.
Jeff Burr as Lawn Mowing Man.
I love credits like that. Oh,
Especially when he's like the 7th name on the credits.
fuck.
Anyway, what did you think of The Mangler?
So, like, for the first 30 to 40 minutes, I was having an alright time. No, it's whatever. And then when we hit the hour mark, I was like, oh, okay, cool, the movie's almost done. And then I realized we had another, like, 40 minutes left, and I went, oh no. And then I just got progressively bored, and then I got tired of this fucking movie, so I didn't like it.
Yeah, this
It wasn't good.
I don't know if I was as disappointed as I was with The Dark Tower.
But is it up
But
there?
it's a close second for least favorite Stephen King adaptation of something I really, really like.
Yeah, like, the only thing this movie did was made me want to read The Mangler.
Oh yeah, definitely read all of Night Shift.
Because I just
wonderful
want to see it
stories.
better.
But yeah, this was bad.
I mean, I want to say I liked it more than Night Flyer, but
Well,
I don't think I did.
I actually prefer Night Flyer to this. Because at least I had an emotion in Night Flyer, because when they revealed the vampire, I burst out laughing.
True enough.
I
True
didn't
enough.
laugh once with this movie.
That's very, very true.
Because that was just such a bad-looking vampire. Like,
It was
I'm just,
it was so bad. But yeah, this one, like, nah. Just nah.
meh. We said
Very meh.
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 Yeah, I didn't like it.
No.
Anyway, next time we have something by the Puppet Master people.
Oh, crap.
Something about little things going around killing people.
Is that not just Puppet Master?
Surprisingly, there's a Puppet Master ripoff made by the people who did Puppet Master.
Can you rip off your own thing?
I guess.
Alright.
I mean, Stephen King's been doing it for years.
Fair enough.
See you next time, guys.
See you next time. And stop.